Hello, welcome back to another video. I hope everybody is alright. You're going to have to forgive me for strange lighting, I think, during this video, because the evenings are coming in quicker and sometimes I do my cooking in the evening and I won't use artificial lighting for the videos. We could be going into a strange phase of YouTube filming. So I do apologise in advance, but there's no what I can do about it. Seasons are changing and we will change with them. Oh, so this week, still autumn themed cooking. It is the last of my September spend the week with me videos. We've got some nice cooking planned. We're going to do some proper Yorkshire Parkin egg-free recipe because I'm making it in a minute and I've got no eggs. I'm going to do some cheese scones, lentil soup, and we're also going to make some slow cooker fudge. That is what I have planned. I don't know whether anything else is going to happen though, because we have to go with the flow, don't we, with these videos. We never really know what is going to occur. But for now, I'm going to get on with making the Yorkshire Parkin. Have you ever had it before? I haven't had it for years, but my mum is hyper-focused on buying some Parkin. So I'm just thinking, listen, love, I'm going to make it for you because it's easy enough and it's cheap enough to do it. So I will show you the ingredients just in case you fancy trying it yourself. While I say it is a budget-friendly recipe, it's only a budget-friendly recipe if you've got all ingredients. This is what we're going to have. Pinch of salt, some plain flour, some oats, but we're going to pulse those oats slightly. We don't want to turn them into oat flour, but we don't want the chunky jumbo oats that we've got here, so we need a nice middling. Some unsalted butter and some milk, that is going to be as egg replacement. Some dark brown sugar. I mean, this is loaded with different kinds of sugar. Dark brown sugar, golden syrup, treacle, and then we're going to have ground ginger, and we're going to have cinnamon and a little bit of nutmeg. We've blitzed our oats, and then we're just going to add some more ingredients to this bowl. It's going to be as dried ingredients. So we've got a teaspoon of cinnamon, a teaspoon of ginger, a grating of a nutmeg. Obviously you can just use the dried stuff. I got this sent to me as a gift. I don't like using too much nutmeg though, and this is potent stuff. Half a teaspoon of salt. Oops. And then we're going to add in the 200 grams of plain flour. The one thing that I've learned about doing so much baking recently is it's always good to recheck what you've originally read, because the amount of times I've missed stuff out during this month of baking. And then we're pouring as butter and sugar combo into our flour and oat combo. Give it a big stir, and then we're going to add this milk. Parkin goes back to the 18th century at least, and it's both Lancashire and a Yorkshire cake. I don't know who wants to take the sort of credit for introducing it to us diets. Oats were really cheap and treacle were really cheap. We're a very forgiving cake, spiced with ginger. Probably wouldn't have added cinnamon, and it sort of comes around more towards bonfire night and late autumn. I am adding some extra cinnamon and ginger because I don't think that is strong enough. So I'm just going to get a bit of a fake mix. Well, trying the bits that stuck or got left at the bottom of the baking pan. It's really nice. So sweet though, so full of sugar. I'm not sure it was one of the best recipes to do with the amount of sugar that went in it, but I'm sure people just have a small slice. It's gonna be fine. I'm not doing a food shop this week because we're going away in a couple of days. But I'm gonna go to Marks and Spencer's. Last couple of times we've been in, there's been loads of yellow stickers. The biggest amount of yellow stickers that I've ever seen in any supermarket. So, on the off chance that these yellow stickers are a daily occurrence, I'm going to go and have a look to see what I can find. I'm going to have to get some milk because cow's milk goes in cups of tea for me, and somebody overnight has drunk all the milk. I was a bit disheartened when I went and had a look in the fridge, so I had to put soy milk in my tea. Personally, I don't think it goes together, but I'm not fancying black. Believe it or not, the bloody thing's curdled. Maybe that's why I don't usually have soy milk in cups of tea. Poured it down the sink. Got these tea bags all the way from Sri Lanka. So I'm going to have one of these because these are can drink black. I'm going to have Earl Grey with honey. Earl Grey tea, a bit of brown sugar. Oh, you can't beat it. So I've just got back from M&S. They did have loads of reductions in. I got this for 25 pence. I bought 3 so I could gift my son one as part of his hamper for Christmas. These for 28 pence. And what else did I get? I got some hand wash. That were £1.50. They're supposed to be 6 quid. And there were loads of fresh stuff on offer and reduced. So I don't really know what's going on. But we also nipped into Aldi. And whilst I was in Aldi, my mother spied the marzipan bars. If you know the marzipan bars, you know how addictive they can be to some people. And over the last couple of years, we've seen them increase in price. So they're currently £2.09. But every year, my mum treats herself to some, and I think, why not? Why not? You've been on this earth for 72, 73 years. Why not buy yourself some? However, I've told her that I'm going to try to make some. Now the ingredients for this are pretty straightforward. We're going with the German version because it's easier and lasts longer when stored. Although knowing my mum, it's not going to be stored in a cupboard for long. Ground almonds, almond extract, optional, but I would say is required. Caster sugar, water, and then some form of chocolate to cover it. I was going to do dark, but in our Aldi, we had no dark, just boxes of milk and white. Apparently, all we do is make a sugar syrup, get it to a certain temperature. I have now got a sugar thermometer. You just add it into the ground almonds. So water and sugar in, sugar thermometer at the ready. Why do I always get nervous when I do these things? Okay, full bag of almonds going in and some almond extract. And now I need to stir. If you're really clumsy, maybe you should wear gloves at this point because I can I can bet any money that if this sugar hits your skin, you're going to be crying. So it says that it will form a thick dough, and if it's too dry, to add a little bit of warm water. It is a bit crumbly inside. I wonder if we have to do it in food processor. Maybe that would work, because this, oof. This is an interesting one, this. I think it probably was in the food processor for maybe 2 minutes. I did some more almond extract. You know, one of the things that I think I should have done, I think I should have blitzed the ground almonds before adding them to the sugar, because then that would have sort of made them finer, because this marzipan is quite coarse in texture, which will be fine for my first attempt. You know, I'm not expecting it to be just like an Aldi marzipan bar. But I think the next time I do them, and again, one of the reasons why I'm doing sweets is because I want to do some at Christmas, I'll know to pulse the ground almonds out before I add them into the mixture. Every day's a learning day. Right, I'm going to wrap this in cling film. I have decided that I'm going to soak a few sultanas in rum, because she does like rum and raisin. I ain't got raisins, don't buy them. But sultanas are next best thing, aren't they, really? So I'm going to leave it for about an hour. That's cooling down nicely. And then we're going to, I don't know, do the next step, I suppose. These aren't fully set, but what I'm going to do with them is I'm going to cut them into bite-sized pieces, coat them in chocolate. Out of them all, I think that this one is the most visually appealing at the minute. Okay, listen. I'm not sure whether I'm liking this experience or not with marzipan. In fact, I don't think the marzipan's the problem. I think it's coating things in chocolate. I just don't think I'm very good at it. I've got to try one now though, haven't I? Because we need to do a taste test. And I'm going to try the little pieces. Let me show them you first. So this looks delightful. And if the bottom was also covered in chocolate, it would be bloody A-star. I'm telling you, A-star in my cookery class. That is the top. If I'd have just taken a little bit more care. And at the bottom, see, maybe what we want to see now if we were back at school. But look at that. I mean, that looks good, yeah? So that has got pistachio in it, pistachio on it. This is just the normal. And again, I just didn't melt enough chocolate. I bought 100 grams. I thought that would be enough. It's like an alpine log, slightly bent, you know, rugged, yeah. And then we have these, God knows how much chocolate these have actually got. They've got about 50 grams over these bits. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We did 5 bite-size rum and raisin. I'll try the worst one, because obviously these are for my mother. Are we ready? Do. I can now taste the rum. I think if I were going to do rum raisin again, I would soak those raisins overnight. I give them a 24-hour soaking just to get all that rum in there. It was a little bit of a last-minute idea. The marzipan, however, is very nice. Again, next time, because this is a practice for Christmas, isn't it? I'm going to run it through the food processor to see if I can get that almond, the ground almonds that you get from supermarkets, super fine. But these are nice. They're nice. And we've had an experience. I've learnt how to do marzipan. I'm not brilliant at it, but I've learned. In my house, you have to learn something every day. Learn something new every day, otherwise what have you been doing with your time? So we've learned that we might have to pre-grind the ground almonds before we add it to the sugar syrup. But yeah, are you going to have a go? I will put the ingredients list and the description in my description box just in case you fancy having a crack. But honestly, like this, if you didn't know what were underneath, you'd think that I were a bloody professional. I'm checking the weather for Austria because we're going in a couple of days and I haven't packed and I don't know what sort of weather we've got coming. So what does it look like? Ooh, autumnal. So we've got sort of average afternoon temperature of between lowest day 8 degrees. Wow. So I'd say probably on average about 11 degrees in the daytime, and then sometimes it drops to 0. Hello, cat's coming. Sometimes it drops to 0 in the evening. So I'm going to have a look today. They're entitled, aren't they? Do you not think they are one of the most entitled animals that you'll ever come across? I mean, what is this all about? I didn't even say that you could come up. It doesn't matter trying to look all cute. What are you doing here? Eh? If I went and climbed on somebody and just laid on him, I think that they would be knocking me off. Or thinking that I'd lost the plot anyway. Yeah, so we're going to have to pack for autumnal weather. And, oh my God. He's annoying. Don't be thinking he's cute because he is a pain in the ass. Have you seen that Facebook or what you're slavering Instagram channel which says my cat's an arsehole? Is he? Yeah. You slavering. Yeah, so we're going Ryanair. We're just taking on the free luggage. So I'm going to have to be... I'm going to have to do some planning. If you put a hole in my jumper, me and you are no longer friends. I'm pretty certain that it's that bag that we have to take for Ryanair. But they have just changed the measurements slightly. So it could be that bag, but I'm thinking that is more EasyJet or Jet2. You get measurements out. Took a photo the other day from their website. 30 centimetres by 40 centimetres by 20 centimetres. Let's have a look at this, shall we? 30 centimetres by 40 centimetres. Nope, not that one. It's this one. This is the one. But I think that this is alright, 9 days in Austria in a little bag like this. Darren's taking an extra case on because we got him to book separately. There's plenty of room. Kids love me. They love me. They love me making them take limited stuff. But at the end of the day, they always wear the same outfits anyway, so it don't really matter. I have had to think about the things that I can take. And I'm going to take this. This is item number 1. It is a long tunic. I've had it Maybe this is my third autumn with it, and it still doesn't look like it's been worn, even though I can wear this all week. I'm going to take a pair of black leggings, this tunic. Now, I think I have put a little bit of weight on since I last wore this, so if I look too lumpy, I'm not going to be able to do it, but I'm going to take this long black dress. Again, this was so worn last autumn, winter, even spring. But it goes right with Doc Martens and my Doc Marten boots. They're like, is it a Chelsea boot maybe? They're the only boots that I'm going to take. I'm going to wear them for airport with my jeans, a top and my jacket that I'm going to be wearing. So I thought this, we're not really planning on eating out, but I'm sure we'll eat out once or twice. This will be good for day or for evening. It's just a nice dress, innit? It cost me £4, I think, from charity shop. So I'm going to take that as long as I don't look too lumpy bumpy. Otherwise I'm going to have to change my mind. I'm going to have to try that on. I was thinking about taking another dress, because I thought, what's the point in me wearing oh, now then. This might be a good one. I was going to take a blue, it's like a utility dress. But I forgot I bought this. How much did I pay for that? £5. Sea salt. Right. Okay. That's a potential then, isn't it? And take a pair of tights. I'll pull that blue dress out. Don't know where it is. It might be in my ironing pile actually, because I've been wearing it. Do you have an ironing pile still? Right, and then I need to take an extra top to go with my jeans. So I was thinking maybe I'm wearing blue jeans. I could pack this, and this also could go over my long black dress if I needed it to. I think that's it. I think that's all we're going to need. We're going to have to try things on though and make sure they fit. I think that some people would iron stuff before they came on the internet to show you what they were wearing, and I salute those people, but I'm not one of them. My jeans need a little bit of a press. They've been in the ironing pile for about 2 weeks, but don't fret, I've got quite a lot to do before we go away, and ironing is one of those things. But this is the jumper that I'm going to put in my case. It's lightweight, so it's not really going to take much room up. I think it was something like £3 from charity shop. Most of the stuff that I'm packing is charity shop. It's how I afford to go away so much. So yeah, this is a nice autumnal colour as well. Thinking about photographs. I've also popped in this jumper. I got this from Chazza shop the other day, about £4, weren't it? £4.25. I thought that this might sit really nice underneath my jacket, if indeed it is really cold, because this is a thicker, slightly thicker jumper than this one. And again, this could possibly go over that long black dress that I'm yet to try on to figure out whether it still looks okay. Fingers crossed that it will. Who's wanting to talk to me? So that's 2 jumpers that we're adding in. Right, let's try this black dress on. Then it's gonna fit. Ooh, it feels like it's gonna fit. Here's hoping that this is not gonna look too bad. I love this dress. If it's showing my bra underneath, I'm going to be wearing a darker bra. I've got a beige bra on. I'm quite happy that this still feels okay, and I will wear tights underneath it to give me that extra layer of protection. Oh, what's going on? Let me turn this off. Everybody's wanting to tell me something. Yeah, so you see what I mean with the jumpers? Where's that beige jumper gone? If it was particularly cold, this would be fine, wouldn't it? On top as an extra layer. But the other thing that I need to try on is this, to make sure that this fits. What do we think? It's all right, isn't it? I'm going to wear it with, I mean, I could wear it with those leggings, but I've got snag tights. I love snag tights. I'm going to take two. I'm going to take blue, and I'm going to take the sort of rust colour. There's not going to be much at tight showing, is there? Just going to be bottom off and the leg. But what do you think about taking this? Or do you think I should go and iron my blue utility dress? I don't know, right now it's quite warm, but I know there it's going to be cooler than it is here, so that's what I've got to think about. Usually when you go away, you're always preparing for a warmer place, aren't you, generally? Whereas here, we're dropping down a few degrees. I'm so glad I found this, you know, and I took a chance because I didn't think it was going to fit me when I bought it. But it has, and I'm hoping that I'm going to wear it a lot during the winter. And that is literally all I am taking for 9 days in Austria. That's it, other than underwear and something to sleep in. I'm going to pack this up and then I'm going to make some soup. I'm also going to make some oat cakes to go with this soup, some cheese oat cakes. Pretty simple actually, just oats, a bit of flour, a bit of baking powder, some cheese, mix it all together. I did think that these would be sort of a nicer colour than what they are, but I suppose you could brush them with melted butter and that would give them that sort of golden look. My camera has run out of battery, so I'm having to film on my phone, which is not normally a problem, it's a good phone, but it's going dark and it don't like the dark. It keeps telling me that I need more light. Shall we try one of these? Oh, nice. I've never made them before. I think they need browning on top though, you know, so they're visually attractive. But I'll definitely make these again. I need to make them again, so the very simple recipe sticks in my brain. Happy dance.